Art here. I just want to let you know that the Pulsechain.com mainnet has launched, and PulseX.com on that mainnet has launched as well. I hope you guys are all enjoying it. We waited a couple years for this, and it's finally here.
Hey everybody, I love that RH launch video, so I played that a few times lately. It's pretty cool. I hope you guys are doing well out there, and we're going to get into all the good stuff today. We're going to highlight one of the, I guess, one of the most dedicated teams out there, Magic Carpet Ride 369, and of course, they've done amazing stuff around sacrifice pools, and now they're into product development and launches, so it's really, really exciting. They're doing a lot of great stuff for the Pulsechain community. We're going to highlight one of their projects today, Barista and Beans. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to talk about that briefly today, just the highlights coming up when it launches. So we'll talk more about it when it does launch. Yeah, that's going to be a liquid loans, liquidity front end, which is going to be fun. It's going to offer extra service there, extra value. So it'll be good. We're also going to talk about TYRH briefly. It looks like the patch has been put in place, so we're going to talk about that. And of course, we're going to also talk about ATROPA and PDI, which are pumping at the moment. So we're going to talk about that too coming up, as well as the rest of the markets, stock market, crypto market, and of course, Pulsechain market. So stay tuned for all that. If you're new to the channel, either on Superman Crypto or Hex Token channel, smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, and of course, hit the bell for future videos. And if you're not, if you haven't joined Superman Crypto, that's my other channel, then feel free to join that. Maybe Brian or somebody will post the link to Superman Crypto in the chat there, and you can go join that. That's more general crypto and DGing crypto, as opposed to Pulsechain. I do extra content over there, basically, on those other topics. So if you like to see new projects and other things like that, definitely check that out. We got Knoxbull in the house there. Good to see you, Knoxbull. We got Lies Beneath the Truth as well. Hello, how are you today? Very, very good. It is raining outside all day. It's one of those rainy days. You know, you hear the rain every 10 minutes. So, yeah, it's a rainy day outside. I've still got to try and do my walk. Guess what, though? I'm up to walk day number 45. 45, can you believe it? So that is exciting. Getting up. I've got a lot of work to do, and do more work around diet. That's probably the biggest thing now. Yeah, get that going as we lead in, heading forwards 50 walks. So I'll be working hard on that. And yeah, wish me luck trying to get through that rain today. Yeah, I do encourage you to get into health and fitness. Sandy Beach, one of the moderators and influencers in the chat, puts out daily videos on health and fitness, which I think is so important for us all, right? For all of us. So I definitely encourage you for that if that's something you're not doing at the moment. Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX, incentive token for the wins, 100%. Lies Beneath always brings the alpha gold, as I say, every day. And that is the ultimate strategy of this channel, of course. We've got Hexcavator in house there. Good to see you. Let's go. Sandy Beach got her latest tweet out there for the health and fitness. So definitely check that out and give her a follow. Sandy Beach is doing an amazing job there for the community. We got Joey Torres as well. What's up? Good to see you, Joey. And we've got Wookie as well. Let's dig, says Wookie. It's not very much a Star Wars saying, but I guess it works. It works. Ivor Biggins in the house there. Hi, good to see you, Ivor. We've got What's Up Hex Token family for check my pulse. Archie's in the house there. Hi, all good to see Archie. Now, Archie's been dropping a whole ton of intel, particularly around TYRH. So if you want to get hold of that and jump into our Discord, links in the video description. Maybe the moderators will post it in the chat there, but if you get into our PR other token, our Pulsechain other token chat, you'll be able to find a lot of early intel from around Pulsechain projects. And Archie's one of the people that provides a lot of the alpha, so definitely get into that. Wookie says is about the die, so Wookie likes the die, or P die as we say. Jenny as well. Hi everybody, good to see Jenny as always. Jenny's another one of our super mods, so great to see Jenny in the house. Check my pulse is check is there as well. We've got Brian. Hey Brian, good to see you, Brian, one of our two community leaders. Big shout out to you. We've got Blair SM as well. Hi all, good to see you, Blair. Let's jump through some of these other comments. Scroll through that. Exciting times ahead, says Ivor. Indeed, exciting indeed. We've got Luna C. Point in the house there. Welcome to the chat. love your profile picture there with the cool shades. Welcome to the chat. There we've got a little Superman in there as well. Have we? Yeah, a little Superman. Welcome to the chat. It's always good to see new faces around. We're Refined as well. How good to see you, Refined. Woohoo! Yeah, that is Superman Crypto. If you want to join Superman Crypto, definitely join that channel. And that's less gatekept. YouTube gatekeeps some of the channels, and Superman Crypto, Hex Token is definitely gatekept there. But Superman Crypto seems to be have a bit more freedom. So I'll paste the same video on that channel, and I'll post it on this channel. And this channel, the other channel, which is much smaller, growing strong but smaller, gets a much better reach. So just goes to show you, it's not very fair on YouTube, as we all know. Hexforce One, good afternoon, family. Good to see Hexforce One. Brendan says wear a raincoat today, super for the walk. Yeah, I hate raincoats though. I hate raincoats, so we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens. Archie's just given out 5 Hex Token memberships. Definitely pick those up. Hex Token channel memberships are in the chat there. Blair SM's got one. Lion Wings has got one. Crypto King's got one. Elias Maverick's got one, and Clinchons as well. So congratulations, all 5 of you. And of course, a very special thanks to Archie for giving out that membership. That's really, really cool. We got Magic Carpet Ride in the house there. Woohoo! Hello, family. Thanks for the show, mate. Hey, you're welcome. So we got the developers of Magic Carpet Ride developers in the house there. Of course, we're going to be talking about their Barista product, one of 3 that they have building. So it's a pleasure. It's been a long time coming. How's everybody been? I like the pun there. What else there? Alfie Archie says, Brennan, yeah, absolutely. That is the Discord link, by the way, if you want to join the Discord. And Sandy Beach. Oh my goodness, Sandy Beach. Let's look at that. 18 months. There's Sandy Beach. Look at that. Bam. Sandy Beach there is a member for 18 months. So you're up in the long crew. So you're in the senior crew there, Sandy Beach. That's right up there at the longest people. I think it's 18, 19, 20 months, something like that. So that is really, really cool. So I think you're in the top 5 members or something like that. So big shout out for your support. Yay, says Sandy. Hey, it's always cool. All right. What else got there? That is the Discord. Join us in the Discord there. If you're on Superman Crypto or Hex Token, join us there. We got Pumpkin Owl as well. Hey all, good to see you. Hoot, hoot. And I think we're up to date. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Bam. All right. So we got some stock market news just to kick it off. We're covering the stock market because the stock market's had such a big rally, and we're going to be watching to see how it reacts to the news coming up so far. After it's had a big rally, is it going to be pulled back? Is it going to affect crypto? All those sorts of questions you can ask. So at the moment, we've got the Dow Jones had a great week. The stock market last week it's been having a huge run up. The Dow Jones today is down about 0.6%. The S&P 500 is down 0.7%, and the Nasdaq is down 1% there. So all those stock markets are down today. They were down slightly yesterday, some of them. So this week hasn't been as green as last week, a bit more of a red-orange week, we could say. We've got the commodities at the moment. We've got oil has risen a little bit. We've got crude oil, West Texas, and Brent oil there, up around $87, $80 to $90. So in that ballpark. We got gold pretty much stuck. It's kind of stuck in the $1,950 mark, and silver there at $23.50. So that's where the commodities are at the moment. We did have some news here around. Actually, that's not the item that I wanted to look at. I found the wrong item here. I'm not sure where I got there. Let me just jump out of here. It's not where I was before. Someone's moved my page, so. Let's go into the right place here. So those are the stock market updates. I have no idea how I got to that page, but it must have done it on its own. Maybe I randomly clicked some button and it set me going. So I wanted to talk about the jobs here. So let's get into the service utilities. So the US service activity surprises to the upside, stoking renewed inflation and Fed jitters. So that's what I want to talk about. US services activity surprises to the upside, stoking renewed inflation and Fed jitters. Now, the data we've had coming out recently has been less likely to have an interest rate rise, right? And now we've got this service activity, pushing us back the other way towards maybe another interest rate rise. US services activity rose more than expected in August to 54.5. Remember, anything over 50 is typically an expansion, and of course from 52.7. While the prices paid index component of the survey, the gauge of inflation increased to 58.9 from 56.8. The strong demand for labor continued to underpin wage growth there. We still believe that much of the pressure that fuels inflation is rooted in sticky high unit labor costs in the service sector. Yeah, so let's smash them down, shall we? Not really. People have got to pay their bills, right? And bills are expensive. Fresh signs of inflationary pressures pushed the odds of a November hike to nearly 50% from 38% a day earlier. And we're going to have a quick check out to see whether that is still holding up on the old Fed rate monitor, which is about, look at that, 2 weeks away. 1 day and 6 hours, 1 week, 6 days and 18 hours away until the next Fed rate hike, which is on the 20th of September. Actually, we've got, we're still holding here. So we've still got a September here at 92%. So it looks like we're going to have no change still for September. I guess they're talking about this October here. Yeah, October here getting pretty even. November here getting pretty even for a rate hike here. We're 53% on a no change at 5.5% and 44% at an increase of 25 basis points. So that would put us up to 5.75. So that's a little ominous. We obviously want to get rid of interest rate hikes. We want the terminal rate behind us. So let's hope, fingers crossed for that. But at the moment, we're getting a bit of a mixed data there. So we will see. That brings us into Richard Hart's updates. So we're going to get into Pulsechain. Richard Hart put out this tweet just earlier today. So we got three tweets from Richard actually. Binance Chain had problems recently. Coinbase Chain had problems recently. Pulsechain has never had those problems. Why? Because it is literally better. Balancer had an exploit. Pulsex didn't. Pulsex has obviously had minor issues, but nothing major there. Kroll had a data exploit of FTX credited data recently. The best way to protect user data is not to have it. So that is from Richard there today. So he's still tweeting out there. It's pretty cool. And what else? We got another one here for front end. Yet another decentralized Hex front end software has been cited. So get out your binoculars. It's here. You don't have to because I'm going to show it to you. You don't have to get your binoculars out. You're used to running the Hex software to an interface with your wallet software to run. You run. So you're used to running the Hex software to interface with your wallet software you run using any of the various front ends written by different people with different code bases on different servers all over the world. Now you have yet another way. This is the IPFS address. There's that one there. And of course, an IPFS address is a permanent address that can never change. The first link is an IPFS gateway you can use. So we're going to look at that at the top here. So this gateway address up here. This one here. And this first link is an IPFS gateway you can use. One of many. You can install other software that lets you run it natively. And yes, anytime someone posts a link to a new software, treat it as if it's malicious until you've had time to ask around about it. It's not a rush. The blockchain was invented to make you more secure, so help it by being smart and only connecting your wallet software to things you super duper trust. There, so super duper duper. That's about 37,000 views so far. But that is from Richard, and this is the link there. If you take the link there to the IPFS, that is the link to. It looks like a hex.com. A go.hex.com link, doesn't it? So there we are. That is the link there. Please unlock MetaMask. So pretty cool. That's from Richard. And of course, then we got another little update too from Richard, which is this one here, 31 months ago. Actually, Pulsex did have some problems, didn't it? They were just so small that they were easily forgotten there. So that is from Richard on the old Pulsex. So kind of cool. That's always great to hear from the founder of Pulsechain and Pulsex and Hex, of course. And those were the latest and greatest from Richard. So get in there and retweet those out. It's always good to throw some support in behind Richard as well. So I know many of you are following Richard, so that don't need to paste the tweet there. But that is pretty cool. That leads us into crypto generally. BTC at the moment, $25,760 there. So kind of cool. BTC is $25,767. Looking good and holding up at the moment. We are still in a bearish market with a bearish tendency to bearish downside, right? So we're not out of the woods. What I'm saying, we're not out of the woods. So use your risk management wisely. dollar cost average when you think is prudent, all that good stuff. At the moment, Ethereum there is at 1633, just holding up as well. Now, what are some of the bullish things that we have ahead, right? So some of the bullish things we have from fundamental point of view. So from a TA point of view, we're still in a bearish market, and we potentially, if you're like Gareth Salowell, we could potentially go down to like 13, 14K. That's the bearish view, right? That's based on the TA, right? So at the moment, all the pumps are getting sold down, and the bullish people are getting smashed, right? That's basically what's happened. And so, but we're still holding up at the moment at a pretty decent level. But does that continue? Does eventually the bulls have to be fully capitulated? Last time we got down, what was it, 15,700 or something like that? Do we have to have more capitulation than that one more time, as they say? So that is kind of the Gareth's TA point of view. On the fundamental side, though, we have a lot of hopium, a lot of potential upside, and maybe just timing is the issue, right? Maybe both are true. Maybe both are true. And in terms of the TA downside or the fundamentals. So the fundamentals are we've still got for Ethereum, we've got some bullishness potentially this year, right? Potentially proto-dank sharding upgrade, and of course in October. We've got the potentially an ETH futures ETF, right? So that's coming up for Ethereum. So that's potentially bullish for Ethereum. And of course, I think Ethereum's way more valuable than Bitcoin myself. But of course, show me the money, right? Show me the money. And of course, Bitcoin's where more money goes at the moment. But Ethereum, of course, has got all the smart contracts battle tested. And guess what? Which blockchain is the first full system state fork of Ethereum? The full on battle tested one. You got it. It's Pulsechain, right? Pulsechain. So we're in good territory. But in any case, that's coming up with proto-dank sharding. That's the idea is to make a bigger pipe. In other words, having more transactions per second go through it. The other thing, of course, is like I say, the futures ETF in October. Now that would be bullish news for Ethereum too. So that really is the good news for Ethereum, and that's more closer to the news for Bitcoin. Bitcoin, maybe we get a spot ETF in early 2024. Maybe the SEC likes that. Maybe we'll get one of those. And maybe, of course, then after that, we've got the Bitcoin halving, which is what, around 230 days or so away. So that's kind of the play there. So that is kind of the general outlook for the fundamentals. And maybe both are true. Maybe the TA bearish will play down, or maybe it won't. And maybe the fundamentals just overlook all that and keep the structure up. So we will see. We will see. Time will tell. But we're going to be fairly balanced with our view of where things will go from here. All right, so that is crypto at the moment, holding up. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, so Pulse at the moment is having a bit of a green day, and we like green days. This is the end of day 117, can you believe it? End of day 117. It's amazing. We're slowly ticking through. Still early, though. And, of course, accumulation typically 6 to 12 months. So we're still in the early phase there. And, of course, we did have the SEC Black Swan event. So we've got to give a bit of time for that to play out. And I think it's ticking away okay. At the moment, of course, the Pulse is at quadruple 0399. So basically at 40% of the sacrifice price. And we are up almost 5% today. So we'll take that. We're almost up for almost 5%. We can see that Pulse there on the chart there is actually ticking up there. So we've got a nice little wave. We've got a higher low in here as well. And we're actually tackling the 50% on the Bollinger Band. Remember the top blue line, the Bollinger Bands are these blue lines here. The top is the top 95% of the price range. The bottom is the bottom 5% of the price range, with the orange line being the 50% mark. And so at the moment, we're tackling that 50% mark there as well. We did break down from the SEC event. We have broken through that resistance back here. That was always positive. And our next target, of course, is really to stay over 4,000 and then, of course, head up to 5,000. That's kind of the play there. But the chart's looking pretty good at the higher low. Just need to get this higher high, maybe rally up to 5,000 would be pretty nice. That was kind of the play there. Pulsex at the moment is at quadruple 0106. This is the one that's really got a super discount in it. It's amazing, the discount on this one compared to sacrifice price in any case. And we're down at quadruple 0106, which is only 10% of the sacrifice price, which is unbelievable. And of course, we know more people sacrifice than Pulsex than Pulse, probably around about a 4 to 1, something in that ballpark. And but it is up 2.5% at the moment. So Pulsechain leading the way there, up almost 5%, about half that on Pulsex. But I think Pulsechain is going to have its swing around at one day, and it's just a matter of patience for that. We've got the buy and burn at the moment is moving on up with the upgraded contracts, and we've got 396.4 billion Pulsechains burned. So we're heading up towards 400 billion, which is pretty exciting. This thing just sort of slowly just buy and burns on the sideline. People don't really think about it much from day to day, but we're up to 1.91% of the public supply is burned. So that's pretty exciting. At the moment, one pulse will get you 3.76 Pulsechains. So the nice little ratio there for pulse to Pulsechain. So let's have a quick look at the Pulsechain price. We can see that the structure is not as good looking as the Pulse one, but Pulse is going to be the lead the way anyway, right? Pulse is the coin, and of course that's the one to lead the way there. But we have got two nice little green days here on the old Pulsechain. Looks like we pretty much have our lows have been pretty much a double low there. We've had around about 950 kind of the or not yet 900 9,500 is kind of where we are back here, and we had a slightly higher low here on the 4th. So 2 green days, not too bad. We're watching for that, but I do think this is probably going to do a relative pivot at some time in the future. So we'll see how that goes. Incentive token at the moment up 2.4%, $1.12, ratio 28,200 pulse. So that seems to have slowed down. We've got 10 million incentive tokens in existence. 65,000 were burnt through the TRH protocol, which we're going to talk about later on. So let's quick look at the incentive ratio there. There we are, $1.24. We've been sliding down since the beginning there. Let's go to the ratio. And yeah, we had a bit of a fall today, actually. We went from 28,873 down to 28,205. So a little bit of fall there. And where will the bottom be? Maybe single side staking will come out. Maybe some other third-party protocol. And of course, there's something else I'm missing. Yeah, Pulsechain and Liquid Loans and Power Cities Earn Protocol. Those are probably going to be bullish too. So there's a couple combinations of things that could happen to make Pulsechain incentive more bullish. So we'll be looking out for those. Hex at the moment, PHEX at the moment is 00828, up 4%. So not as good as Pulse at the moment, but the second best performer today, the RH Gold and Cryptos. We've got PHEX at, like I say, 828, so over 0.8 of a penny. We got EHEX at 0.039, so just under 0.4 of a penny. The combined price of PHEX and EHEX is 1.22 cents, which is holding up okay at the moment. That's okay at that level, 1.22. Like it to really make its next move to say to 1.5, 1.6, and slowly move up from there. We've got one PHEX equals 208 pulse, and one PHEX equals 2.12 EHEX. Those are the ratios at the moment as well. So let's have a quick look at those charts. There is PHEX. PHEX is even looking better on the daily. It is above the 50% line on the Bollinger Bands, and we've got a much higher low on PHEX. Compare that to the Pulsechain chart. We have a higher low, but not as aggressive, or Pulsechain, which has got a relatively weak a chart comparably. With not much of a higher low there, but 2 green days following up. So that is PHEX looking much better and looking good to potentially make another push higher. So that would be pretty neat. Get back over 1 cent and maybe up to 1.1 cent would be pretty nice on this chart. EHEX, of course, starting to slowly drift up there. It's the slow drifter. And yeah, it's got a nice green candle in today. So we'll take that. It's the low was 0.0369. And the current price is 0.0398, so almost back to 0.4 of a penny on that one too. And yeah, it looks like PHEX is really the one that's leading the way here. And of course, we'll be looking forward to see that play out. It is a mining CD. It is a wealth an investment type of product, and of course, you can get good yield by mining with T-shares, which is pretty good. All right, so that is pretty much highlight there. Let's go to the validators quickly. Check those out. Validators are up. Where are we up to? 39,273. So we had some more validators come in. That's pretty cool overnight. So 39,273, and looks like we've had about 100 validators or something come in. So that's pretty good. We got the total amount of Pulse is off the market states as validators 1.26 trillion. So it's gone back up a little bit there. The all-time high is 1.27. And yesterday we were at 1.25, so we were up a bit there. And finally, obviously, we are the first full system state copy of Ethereum on Pulsechain, and we have a super fast chain, better tokenomics, better inflation deflation tokenomics, and of course we're faster, 70% faster with our block times, and super duper cheap, massively cheaper. We'll talk about that now. So we're 0.6 of a penny for PulseX swap. We're 0.04 of a penny for Pulse coin transfer. Isn't that crazy? And we're 1/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer that beats at the moment at $500,000. We're basically around 1,000 times cheaper than Ethereum, but in a bull market, that's probably going to be even more dramatic. And of course, we're 1,812 times cheaper than Bitcoin. And Bitcoin may be the wealth coin, but it is horrible at doing stuff on there. It is so damn expensive and slow. It is slow as well. So yeah, I'm not a big fanboy of that. Ethereum though, 983. Now, will proto-dank sharding help to relieve the cost price on there? We will see in the future. That is pretty much it. And of course, move to the final state of full dank sharding there as well. That's pretty much it on the markets for Richard Hart Gold and Crypto. Before we leave it, that is the combined price of PHEX and EHEX here on InvestX.io. And we're sitting at 1.22 cents. So that's kind of where we are, looking much better, aren't we, on the 15-minute chart. So really moved off of the bottom down here and back up to 1.22 cents. So looking good for a move higher, I reckon. How's that feeling? It's kind of feeling. Let's see if we can get another green candle today and head up to the top of the Bollinger Bands. That would get us up to 0.095 on PHEX here. That would be pretty cool. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. All right, so that is pretty much that. We're going to get into all the rest of the categories that we cover. Next one, we're going to talk about the top PRC20s, including PDI and ATROPA. We're going to be talking about the meme coins, and the biggest category, the most important one from my point of view, is the Pulsechain project. So we're going to look at all those, and then we're going to give an update about Magic Carpet Ride and their product Barista and Bean, and then of course TYRH as well. Looks like they've had their patch go through, and finally we're going to wrap up with the Hex Data stats, which sounds pretty good to me. All right, let's see who else has jumped in here since we started chatting away. We got up to Magic Carpet Ride says rise and grind bean counters, and Magic Carpet Ride says we just received all the new liquid loan contracts. We are close now. I like that, and I like that cuppa there too. We just received all the new liquid loan contracts. We are close now. Very exciting for that. I'm very excited for that. Don't know what's wrong with my screen here. There we are. So what else? We got Clinton says, g'day crew. G'day Clintons. Nice to see that Hex Token channel membership there. Spark has been Mocha Wookie, says Wookie. I have no idea what Wookie's saying, but we do appreciate it. Magic Outright says, Hex Token, if you want to schedule a stream, just contact our manager, Sandy Beach. Nice one, Sandy. Sandy Beach, who is that? Who's that scratching my head? Who is Sandy Beach there? I'm not sure what's wrong with my computer at the moment, but that's gone all right. What else? We got Crispy in the house. Hey, Crispy, it's been a while. Exciting times indeed. It is indeed. What else? Humberto, Chess Man RH from the sunny Dominican Republic. Welcome, Humberto. Good to see you as always. Magic Cup Rice says bullish liquid loans, Barista Fame 9-inch. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. And let's not forget the Power City in there as well. Yeah, it's going to be really great. We've got who else jumped in here? Hit that smash that like button, says Alberto, and share on Twitter, guys. The community needs to hold together and fight the FUD with our truth. I like that. Academiciated says evening all. Good to see you, Academiciated. And PHEX leading the charge. It is indeed, Brennan. It is indeed. And you know that. True. Yo, we got David in the house. Good to see you, David. Ivor says, I have a spare 32 million pulse. How long would it take to get the setup of validate? And what sort of money would one look to earn with doing with lending? RH Max is covering that. He does a lot around validating. Who else? David Feder does a lot around validating. So David Feder and Gamma does as well, but I think he's a bit more technical. So those first two, RH Max, he's an influencer, and of course David Feder, he's quasi-influencer, I'd call him. He's a community personality, but he's out there too. So there's probably two good sources there to pick that up. jump into our Discord over for that, and people can give you a few more ideas around that. What else there? Sandy's laughing. Don't know why there's so many PDI haters, says wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, there's no PDI haters in the Hex Token Discord community. We're pretty open-minded where we are. So yeah, it's just part of the Pulsechain. So that's just the way it goes. All right, so let's get back into it. Let's get into the charts. And there we are. So the top performer today on my list, this is my watch list. Obviously, there's more tokens out there, but top PRC20s on my watch list, we've got ATROPA at number 1, and we've got PDI at number 2. So they're the top performers out of my list here on the PRC20 price discovery. This list is essentially popular ESC20s that are likely to get priced up on the Pulsechain. And at the moment, we see that ATROPA is doing amazing. Now, obviously, the contract got renounced. That is the big news, and it's rallied since then. This is on the 4-hourly chart, so you can just see it's just gone up, up, and up, up and away, just like Superman. And we're at 0.8 of a penny, which is pretty amazing, 48% on ATROPA. So, yeah, the community's gone wild on that. Obviously, associated to that is a PDI or DI on Pulsechain. This is the fork copy here. And look at that, had a nice little breakout on, look at that chart there. That has gone up, up and away there. And it's looking like it's trying to, this yellow line is 0.1 of a penny. So let's zoom in on that a bit. And it looks like it's trying to, move high. And let's see whether it can get to 1 cent. It's done 0.1 of a penny, this yellow line here. I might take these other lines away because they're all a little bit deprecated now. So yeah. We've got that one line there, and of course, we've got this breakout of this angle, and we've got a little breakout here as well after the ATROPA contract. And so here we are at the moment, we're at 0.00135, so 1300th of a penny. And let's see if it can break the all-time high, which is up here at 2200th of a penny, pretty much at the top. And of course, the next natural target from there would be to go here, this 1 cent penny, this 1 cent penny. Let's see if we can do it. It's going to be a fun experiment. Price discovery is an interesting thing. ATROPA, of course, being part of the game. And can we see a little upside from here? Now, if it does do that from here, if it does do that by some miracle, we're going to be up 1,612%. So the next breakout, we've definitely got a nice looking chart happening here. And we break out, 600% there, starting to get to 1 penny. Now, nothing's inevitable, of course, but so far, so good. So we'll see how we get on. We had 3 waves there. You can see on the 4-hourly chart, 1, 2, 3. We came all the way down here, got way back down here at 0.0035. So it's a little bit of a worry if you're bought up here, going back down, but it's going back up, and you're back over this 0.1 of a penny line here. And so that's we'll see how we get on there. So that is kind of cool on that. So we'll get rid of that. That is 0.1 of a penny. Just to give you the 0.1 of a penny to 1 cent mark. Let's see whether it can. First of all, it's got to break out past this 2200th of a penny at the top here, and but that's so far looking pretty nice there as well. Now it may or may not make it. We'll see. But that is kind of the next natural order target. Now let's see how it can do it, and then obviously after that, can it do 10 cents, etc. We will see. It's going to be fun to watch. Certainly, it's got a big following on Twitter now. PUSD. That's pretty much it. So those are kind of the top performers there. We've got Uni Token as well. Not too bad, up 31%. What else? We've got Wrap Bitcoin has made a nice move, up 24%. Wrap Bitcoin doing pretty well. And had a nice little pump day. Look at that. Nice little pump day. Pumped all the way from just $40 basically to almost $50, $51 somewhere, or $52 even, 54. Actually, 54 pumped up to. It's currently at $50.76. So nice little move there for your old Bitcoin. Now, remember this Wrap Bitcoin, of course, and remember it's not actually backed by any Bitcoin. So it's really that shared narrative, isn't it? That shared narrative going on. And, of course, what is value? There's some of the concepts that Richard Hart's always talked about. So that's kind of cool. That is pretty much it on that one. Let's get back into the meme coins. So we're going to go to the next category, meme coins. And, of course, we're waiting for the 9-inch DEX to launch, right? So that is going to be a meme DEX. Had $16 million sacrifice for that. So we're waiting for that to launch. I think it's getting close, pretty close. We had an update on that last time from Hexy Bastard about that. And I think it was in for final audits. And if that no problems, then I think they're pretty close to launch that, which will be pretty fun. So at the moment, we've got where did the ETH go? There are 3 meme tokens related to that. Where did the ETH go? Paul Pleb, of course, down here, and Pulse Dodge. Those are the 3 tokens that may have a super rally when a 9-inch launches, because they'll get single-sided staking pools and they'll get special allocation of BBC incentive tokens. So that's the big driver there. At the moment, they're still pretty cheap. Let's have a look at it by liquidity. By liquidity there, where did the ETH go? We got $80,000 in liquidity, and the price there pretty much on the bottom, but bounced a little bit there. We're down to 37 cents, now up at pretty much 44 cents. So it's had a nice little green day on where the ETH go. The other one, of course, that's the latest one they launched in the interim while they're waiting for the 9-inch DEX to launch. Paul Pleb, of course, is 31,000 liquidity, and this is pretty much down at the bottom. Had a rally, of course, for about 10 days. This has come back now. It's got 5 zeros, 3,400. So that is Paul Pleb. And my favorite one actually out of these is Pulse Dodge, which has got 24K in liquidity. And this one here has had a nice little rally last couple of days as well, and then just a flat line for the last couple of days, I should say. And it's now at just under 0.3 of a penny at the moment. But this one has the least amount of holders. So it's actually one of my favorite ones. Now, for these ones, they have a lot of bot trades on it. So you might want to use Proteus, which is a DEX aggregator with MEV bot protection. So that's probably the best way of picking up these things if you want to pick them up. Obviously not financial advice. You need to do your own due diligence, but we're playing probability, right? And 9-inch is going to launch. These guys have they've said that these are going to get Hex Barista has said these are going to get BBC tokens, at least to start off with. Obviously, BBC gets allocated by voting power, so that may change over time. But to start off, it looks like these guys, their own project memes are going to get support there to kick it off. So remember that. All right, so those have some of the meme ones. Let's come into the Pulsechain projects, my main category. And of course, this is a list of all the projects that I know that are on Pulsechain so far. Obviously, we've got a lot more to add to this long list, but it's going to be a pretty cool list to go through. So pretty cool. All right, let us jump into the top performers by liquidity. By liquidity, the top performers are Spark. So Swap Spark there. I haven't talked a lot about that, but it's got a pretty good amount of liquidity in there. So Swap Spark, I think I might have it on my list. Swap Spark. I thought I had it there. Oh, maybe I haven't got it. I must have saved it. I thought I had saved it, but no, I haven't. So Swap Spark there, it's got something like $7 million worth of liquidity stuck on there at the moment, and very high APY yields, over 1,000% for the Spark Pulse one there. The only thing I would be cautious about, that's often that may last about 3 or 4 weeks and then start to slide down. So just be very careful when you go into these yield farm swapping platforms. At the moment, it's up at $1.20. So this may be notable about that. A good example, perhaps, is Pulse Swap or Pulse Rate. Sorry, how much Pulse Rate is a good example of where the future of the project might go. So just take that into account when you're going for these high yield farms as well. Now, Algo there at the moment is up 3.8%. TRH, which is the big mover, we're going to talk about that. We might talk about it first, actually. TRH is up 14% at the moment and had a nice little recovery here. Now, it does look like TRH has been fixed up here. The patch is in play and the stakes are back up. And presumably the compensation has been paid out to people as well. We've covered this the last couple of days. Global stake there, 71.34%. Obviously, before the the compromise was up at 87%. So we're at 71.3% here at the moment. And of course, the game continues. So people are still playing the game, and everything else, no doubt, is all up and running. So cool. Let us know in the chat there if you've received any compensation or anything like that. But that is kind of cool. And of course, the TYZ adoption lobby is still ticking away. That's down to about 10 days, I think, on the old adoption lobby, which is here. So that's got 10 days to go. And the bonus at the moment is 10%. Start off at 25 days with 25% bonus plus, of course, 10% referral. Looks like we've hit 800,000 on the adoption lobby with 605 wallets. $1 will get you pretty much 1,000 TYCZ tokens at the moment. So that is been ticking away there at the moment. So that is slowly going there as well. If you want to participate in that, of course, feel free to use my referral code and you'll get 10% bonus. So you can check that out. Bam, bam. That is Jacob and TRH. It looks like he's fixed everything up there with the patch, as far as I can tell. Now we have a whole ton of tweets, a whole ton of stuff from Telegram in the Discord and Pulsechain projects that Archie has posted, so you can check all those out if you want to get all the details about all the conversation that's going on there. But definitely that is in play. So looking good there with the old staking playing out there. And of course, that's burned a lot of Richard Hart tokens, as you can see there. So looks like the market's received it well, and the price is moving up there. And of course, a TYRH is actually way more scarce now, right? It's way more scarce. So that's another side of it. All right, if you want to talk about that, get in there. Archie can tell you all about it. He's the master of the TRH system in our Discord, the master of the universe. All right, let's jump away from that. Bam, bam, and yeah, that's some of the leaders there from the liquidity. Let's go to the best performers. Pulse Reflections up 39%. Pulse LN, of course, this is a bridge in terms of Lightning Network, BNB, Bitcoin to Pulsechain. So that's doing pretty well, up 32%. Kira is up 24%. TrustSwap is up for 22%. And like SparkSwap, we'll talk about that, 70%. Velocimeter, they're up 16%. TRH up 16%. Beetroot up 9%. So there's some of the top performers at the moment on the old Pulsechain projects. And of course, we've got more coming, right? Which leads us into, you guessed it, the Magic Carpet Ride. So let's talk about that. Magic Carpet Ride, who are in the chat as well, and got their early fame from their awesome YouTube shows, and of course, their sacrifice pools, and now pretty much a full-scale developer team as well in the Pulsechain community, and doing some amazing products. They got the Steakhouse, of course. They got the Bistro, and they got the Barista. So we're going to talk about the Barista today. And if you want to follow the Magic Cup Ride with all their new products coming up to Pulsechain, then definitely follow them on Magic Cup Ride 369. And that is their Twitter handle. If you're on Superman Crypto or Hex Token channel, feel free to give them a follow. They're doing some amazing stuff there. So looking good. And let us jump over to the Barista one. That's the Barista one there. 6th of September, we have been a bit busy building. Barista is a fork of a B protocol and Liquidity. So we have been, and you love the pun there, been a busy building. Barista is a fork of B protocol, and Liquidity Liquid Lines is a fork of Liquidity, right? We've talked about that many times. Barista offers a complete front end for Liquid Lines with automated rebalancing for the USDL. That's the stable coin that will be there. And on Liquid Lines, it's going to be collateralized based on Pulse. And of course, they're going to be automated rebalancing for the USDL stability pool. Now, we've got a little video to play, so we're going to play that video. I've changed out the music just so it doesn't have any copyright. So I wasn't sure whether it did or not. And let me make sure I get the right video. I think it's this one. Let's play that.
Hard here. I just want to let you know that
that's the wrong video. So is it this video? Yes, this video. All right, so that there was a bit of a sneak peek of the Barista coming out there, automated rebalancing for the USDL stability pool, which is pretty cool. And they've been posting a few other things around about that. So Barista helps realize the net gain with the automated rebalancing function. Excited for Liquid Loans, some cool stuff there. And of course, Liquid Loans here put out on the 27th. Do you know how you can benefit from as a stability provider for Liquid Loans? Liquidations happen if you provide stability. You can experience a net gain whenever a vault is liquidated, and so they've got details about that if you want to learn more about that, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and here's the big news here. Of course, September the 5th. So it's currently September the 7th here down under, but of course it's still the 6th of September up in the northern hemisphere. But the Barista protocol is effectively finished. So looking good. Auto rebalancing of the USDL stability pool. We can't wait to share it with you once Liquid Loans redeploys on testnet bean counters now. Obviously, we're looking forward to liquid loans launching, but we're waiting for the Fetch Oracle first, right? Fetch Oracle first, and then all these protocols will come in behind it. Liquid loans, Power Cities Earn protocol, the Barista protocol, and many others that rely on oracles. So that's going to be fun to see that happen, right? And of course, Power Cities also got other front ends as well. So it's going to be fun to see all that play out. So really excited for where this is heading. And we've got a little page here on the little picture here that was in that video. So the idle there, deposit and withdrawal, and the liquidity pool there with the LUSD. In this case, it's going to be USDL for liquid loans. And of course, they've got the provide LUSD or what did I say? USDL. And of course, Byte lending platform. And of course, it's got ETH, LUSD here, but of course, it will be PLS USDL. And then operating liquidation there, transferred the Pulse in this case, rebalanced there as well. I'm not sure whether Magic Carpet Ride is launching on Ethereum as well. Let us know if you are doing that for liquidity protocol. I guess that's what the logic would be. We got selling ETH to LUSD, or in this case, selling Pulse to USDL. And you got the price oracle there. So you need the price oracle there play in as well, which would be Fetch Oracle, no doubt. You can confirm that, but that makes sense. You'll be using Fetch Oracle there. And then, of course, the return. That's the rebalance part. And then return to the recurring liquidity. Now, in this article, there's a nice little explanation of how this all works. Obviously, you just have to swap out the terms from ETH to Pulse and LUSD to USDL in this case. But apart from that, there's a nice little write-up here about the B protocol. And no doubt it's probably pretty similar to that. So that's kind of pretty cool on that one. So let me post the links there. Oh, we've got some docs there. Magic Carpet Ride's got so info is being updated and added regularly. And there is the update docs there as well. So that's kind of cool. So if you want to get to the source docs for the actual protocol for Barista, that is it there. And of course, that is the list. They've probably got something similar to what we've got here in this profile. So kind of cool. If they don't, I'll post the link to this article. All right, cool. There's the link to the article that I found on the liquidity version of the B protocol. All right, that is pretty much it on that. So that's a highlight. And when these products launch, we're going to try and get the teams on to talk about them. You've got to open invite Magic Carpet Ride 369 for that when they launch, because it's going to be a huge bonanza of awesome protocols launching once the Fetch Oracle is up and running. Woohoo, says Astrid. Yeah, get excited. A very exciting time, I think. Love and like, says Pulse Bezos. Absolutely. Who else has jumped in here? Charity says the Magic Carpet Ride team is a great team. Helped me bunches when I first started, says Charity. That's really nice, isn't it? Barista powered by Pulsechain, built by Escape and Web3, says Magic Carpet Ride. There we are. So that is the builders. General says, wasn't Power City doing automated rebalance for liquid loans with PLS as well as PulseX? They do have some front end products. Just can't remember whether they're doing that part of it though. They got auto compounding. I know they're doing auto compounding. What else? I think that's Pumpkin L says, was there at Kira airdrop? Yeah, I thought there was, but we have that in our Discord under. I think we've archived that now actually, so you might want to check out with Kira about that. I've forgotten the precise detail. I thought it was 12 Kira or something, but I can't remember exactly the numbers anymore. But we do have the details historically in our archive, so we might pull that up for you on our Discord. So that is pretty cool on the site there. I hope you guys enjoy that, and looking good here with this product. It's going to be pretty valuable, I think. Nice little addition if you're playing on liquid loans. Definitely going to be a cool front end for that. All right, we're going to want to cover the Steakhouse and Barista, was it Bistro as well. Probably do more coverage of the Magic Carpet Ride 369 ecosystem coming up in the future. All right, that is pretty much it. Let's go to the Hex Daily Stats. We've got we're waiting for day 1374. Looks like we've got it for Pulsechain, which will be day 117 on Pulsechain. We've got the 6th of September 2023, and the price for Hex is at 00828. It's a snapshot. We've got the price increases up 4.1%, so we'll take that. The payout per T-share, the Hex payout per T-share, this is the main thing, 6.578, so that's pretty good. And the share rate there, another dot day, 3 dot days in a row, but we have had quite a aggressive little increase in the share rate lately. So having 3 days of relief is probably quite a good thing. We're at 29,186. Remember that on the 22nd, 23rd of November, we're expecting this to jump up by 1,400 Hex per T-share. So that is pretty much the second biggest day of all time, if I remember rightly. The biggest being the big payday. So that is going to be huge. That is a huge day. So earlier pays better. In other words, getting your T-shares now, well, it's much cheaper. The average mining length there is 6.99 hex. 6.99 years. The APY for existing T-shares is 38.26%. Now we did look at the max calculator. Now this includes the penalties as well, right? This rate included early interstate penalties. But we did look at the hex calculator yesterday. It did seem to show up a max return, depending on what the prices are and everything, of around about 32%. So that is on the max on the Hex calculator. So it seems to be, if you did a max now, it's about 32%. So this is for older, because obviously share rate's been going up. People got T-shares at different, much earlier times, but 38.26 is where we are there. We've got the T-shares down 343. We're sitting at 9,865,000 T-shares on the Pulsechain for Hex. And let's look at the amount of coins locked. 9.52% of all Hex is locked on the old Pulsechain. We had pretty low penalties, 244,000. The reward pool has got 65 million Hex in it. And let's look at the growth of the ecosystem. Down 47 liquid holders. That's a pretty bizarre number. We've had pretty good growth on the old liquid holders. Down 47 today. Kind of weird. Must be something behind that. And a change in current miners up to, we're at 124,068 miners currently on the old Pulsechain. Oh, we've got EHEX out now too. So this is EHEX out, 13-day, 1,374, 6th of September. And the price there at 0.0391. Nice increase of 1.6%. So we've had 4 little increases here on the old ETH chain for Hex. And let's see if it can get itself a double-digit day. You know, it goes over 10%. That'd be nice. And we're currently, the payout is at 6.647 Hex per T-share. We've got dot days, obviously similar to Pulsechain with the share rate. The average mine length, though, is quite a bit longer, 7.12 years as opposed to 7 years. And we've got the APYs a slow bit higher too, 39.46% for existing T-shares. Liquidity pool's got 191.5 million Hex in it and 226,000 US dollars plus 71 Ethereum. That's the liquidity pools. T-shares are up pretty strong on the Ethereum side compared to Pulse. We're at 4,625 new T-shares, sitting at 9,825,000 T-shares at the moment. And let's jump over to the 9.29% of all Hex is staked on the Ethereum side. Penalties is pretty decent, 1 million. Anything over 1 million for me is kind of a decent amount, a million there. And of course, we're sitting at 65.3 million in the reward pool for Hex. Remember, Hex is really easy to understand. We have an ownership pool with T-shares in it, or trillions of shares, and we have a reward pool, this payout pool with all the Hex in it that gets allocated to the T-share owners. That's it. The way to get more of the ownership pool is by being early. The share rate's going up against you, so you want to be early, so get a lower share rate. You need less Hex per T-share. Longer pays better. You get 20% more shares up to 10 years. So I think it's 3,641 days exactly. And so that's 200% more shares. And of course, bigger pays better. Up to 150 million, up to 150 million Hex, you get up to 10% bonus on that too. So those are your 3 ways of getting more T-shares in the ownership pool, and then you get more of the rewards. Basically, that's the idea. That's Hex in a nutshell. All right, so what else? We got liquid holders are down 16 on the old Ethereum side, and miners are down 6. So we've had actually a decrease in miners last 10 days. How long has it been going for? 20 days. 20 days. Yeah, so that's been a common thread there for the last 40 days. The last 40 days, we've had a slow bleed of the miners, but we're still sitting at 120,197, obviously with the miners going up on the Pulsechain side. So that's definitely an interesting trend there. Will it continue? We will see. But at the moment, that is to be in the trend for 40 days. Okay, so 1,374. That is the day that we just finished. So now we're on day 1,375 for Hex on Ethereum, and we're on day 118 for Pulsechain, Hex on Pulsechain. And of course, hex.com. Check it out. Links in the video description. Do your financial due diligence, of course. And if you have any questions, get into our Discord. We've got a Pulsechain helpline or crypto helpline, and you can get help there, which is pretty cool. Is it the only one? I think it's the only one. There may be others, but they probably don't get serviced. You probably don't get any answers. Probably don't get answers. So our Discord is where it's all at. We actually have an engaged, supportive community in our Discord, Hex Token Discord, and people really want to help you. And we've got some amazing people in there with a really, really helpful mindset. So get in there. And we also have awesome discussions about everything in Pulsechain and crypto and non-crypto. So get in there on all that, plus all the information sites. Yesterday, I just posted out a really cool tweet on that. Let me pull it up actually on all the links that you can buy and sell. So we went through yesterday to try and have a look at all the links that were, that you could buy and sell. Now this excludes some, of course. So let me just move out of my political tweets there. But I put this out, useful Hex and Pulsechain DeFi swap links. Now this excludes some of the protocols that are like yield farming protocols that have their own swapping. So it excludes like Pulse Rate and ones like that. So there's a couple out there like that. So, Spark Swap excludes those sort of things. So you can do swapping on those sites as well. On-chain swaps. So we had on-chain swaps of Pulsechain. We got app.pulsex.com, obviously PulseX. And we got GoPulseX, of course. And we've got the referral link there. We've got app.Petius, the DEX aggregator. We've got Portal-X Swap as well, DEX aggregator as well. We've got PHX there as well, the fork of Balancer. You can buy and sell on there. We've got Beetroot, of course, the anonymous exchange, and of course Change Now, one of the long-running on-chain, cross-chain swapping platforms. Change Now, swap space and things like that. They've been around for a long time. So those are some of the on-chain swaps, Pulsechain. So if you're on Pulsechain, you can buy and sell on these. We've got on-chain swap Ethereum. So if you're on Ethereum, you want to trade like Hex as well over there. Obviously, Uniswap, MetaMask, and Matcha all blocked us, right? Which is a big problem. But we have still a lot of good protocols that you can do swapping, buying, and selling of Hex. We've got Portal-X Swap. That is back and operating. That's operating yesterday. Dex Guru, of course, you can use that. Dex Guru is great. I used to use Dex Guru a lot before I used Dex Screener and stuff like that, for example. We got uniswap.hedron.pro. So this is Alex McFurter's front end, as I understand it. So this is working pretty well. We got sushi.com swap, Open Ocean Finance Classic, app 1 inch. Now, obviously, I think if you're in the United States, you can't use this. I understand it. But that is operating around as well. Obviously, I've got sushi.com twice there for some reason. Paraswap as well. So those are some of the different options you have. But like I say, Portal-X and stuff like that are pretty easy to use as well. So Hedron as well. So you can buy Hex on the old Ethereum side. Now you can also buy Pulse and PulseX, right? Because there's bridged-in contracts. You can buy those as well. And let us know if you need to find out information for that. It's kind of cool. You don't actually have to come to Pulsechain. You can still buy it over on Ethereum. But if you're after Hex, trading, buying, and selling Hex, want to get some T-shares, good places to go. Now, on-chain, cross-chain swaps. Now, obviously, with OKX going down, we no longer have a lot of the protocols we're using that, including Portal-X, including Portal-X, including GoPulse, and others. We're using OKX, the centralized exchange, to route so-called cross-chain swaps there, and of course that is out. So we do have the official bridge. It's RH official bridge, of course. That is with a 0.3% fee, so that is working. There is this smaller site that apparently, I think Christian vouches for this one, ETH2Pulse, which is run. It's kind of like a little OTC desk, basically, where for small sums only, you can use your own discretion, use the DGM wallet. But apparently Christian says it works okay. So let us know. I don't know if Christian's in the chat there, but he can let us know if he's used that recently. Portal-X Swap, of course, is not active at the moment. That was using OKX. GoPulse not active. Change Now not active either, so you won't be able to do the cross-chain swaps there. And of course, Beetroot not yet. Beetroot is planning to have it, but not yet as well. So this is probably the area of most importance, I would say, for developers in the Pulsechain ecosystem to focus on new solutions, because the cross-chain it's one area that we need to ramp up. So you can see we've got plenty of good stuff for on-chain on both Ethereum and Pulsechain. We do more work. I think we need more cross-chain stuff for the Pulsechain to other chains. So more work needs to be done there. Fiat on-ramp, off-ramp, of course. We've got to establish that now with Coast, of course, and it's got Brian's referral link there. for app.co, so I'm sure he'll post it there. And that's a direct fiat on-ramp to Pulsechain, so that's doing pretty well. So I think we've got all the bases covered there, and there's more work to do, like I say, around cross-chain stuff. But apart from that, it's looking pretty good. I do like this little video. I don't know what the heck that happened there, but he just that looks like something that's so dangerous, but he made it look so easy. I don't know. But anyway, that is a pretty good video. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll post a link to that, actually. That's in our Discord, by the way. If you go to useful links for our Discord, you'll be able to find that in the useful links. So that's pretty much there, but I will post it in the chat there as well if you guys want to save it to your favorites or something like that. Bam. Let us jump into some of the other comments here. Where else did we go up to? Magic Cup says Barista auto balances in real time as liquidity happens. We got DGN Hexkin in the house there. Superman with the hearts. Nice one, DGN Hexkin. Good to see you. And Sandy Magic Cup says Steakhouse, which is another one of their products that's coming along nicely. Just integrated wallet connect with V2. That's awesome. So great news there, Magic Upride. Really bring some exciting products to Pulsechain. We got DJ Paulie Wood win in the house there. Woo! Good to see DJ Paulie Wood. What else we got going on there? Let me just jump back to. I'll put it back on the Pulsechain price there. Something a bit better to watch. We just got come up on the hour on the live stream. Brendan says $114 USD for a T-share on ETH. Wow, says Brendan. Yeah, pretty amazing, really, pretty amazing. Divide that by 3 for longer pays better. So cheap, says Brendan. A good observation. Wookie says you are right. You are very cheap. I don't know about that, Wookie. Wookie's a moderator. He needs to ban himself. All right, so I hope you guys have enjoyed the content today. A big shout out to Magic Cup Ride and, of course, their product range coming, Barista there, and, of course, Bistro and Steakhouse all coming. So very excited about that. It's going to be some good offerings for the community and some nice value adds as well. All right, so Pulse there at the moment is at contribute 03949. Let's see if we can get a green day today. It'd be nice to have a third green day. Start heading towards a higher high. That'd be very nice indeed. And of course, PHEX there. It could be nice to get a nice little green day for PHEX as well. That would head us in the right direction. I'm looking forward to it. All right, the other highlight, of course, that I'm looking forward to is on GoPulse. I'm looking forward to PulseX getting up to the 400 billion burn. That's going to be really cool. And of course, that would also get us closer to the 2% burn as well of the public supply. Wouldn't that be insane? 2% gone already. And of course, we're only on day 118 now, just started. So that'd be very, very cool on that. All right, we're going to wrap up. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Thank you, mate, says Magic Upright. You're most welcome. And we'll talk again soon. Thank you, MCR, says Sandy Beach. Absolutely. All right, take care, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Let's play out some cool, fun music on the way up. And enjoy the ride, as it were. We're still early. Day 118 has started. Take care. Peace out. I'll see you in Discord. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And, of course, on Superman Crypto and Hex Token channel, we're almost heading up towards 9,700 subscribers on those two channels. So very, very exciting indeed. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.
Well, I drifted off again at work, thinking about Pulsechain. And occasionally I think back to that twerk, Richard Hart bringing his game. Well, I didn't make the sacrifice 'cause I came too late, but day one I'm still making it rain. Oh, I drifted off again at work, thinking about Pulsechain. I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about PulseX. Won't be long before I'm going to bed, wearing a Rolex. There's so much to love about it, I can't pick my favorite. It's almost better than sex. Well, oh, I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about PulseX. wanna be set up for life, you better stake your Hex. Might as well start with 5, a financial suplex. Generational wealth is just a click away. It's a Nobel Prize worthy flex. If you wanna be set up for life, you better stake your Hex. A financial suplex, a Nobel Prize worthy flex. You better stake your